Hello everyone, this is Omni. Angry Eyes again. We're doing another stream test, kind of. We're doing, oh, I can hear the fan. Okay, hopefully that's not worse. Whatever. The fan's gonna be loud. So there's another stream test, but we are doing build for Z-Blob and is upside down, Izzy and Bunchu. I will have a review on these as well, of course, and I'm trying out a new thing called the Shorts review. So I'll have Shorts review for both sets individually, but the build, we might be building them all in one stream all together. So that's kind of going to be a thing. But I will try to separate the videos so that when I upload them, you can actually look at the builds for the other two. The two, you know, the ones that go. But alright, without further ado, we have set number 71454, released last year for the new Dreams line, Mateo and the Z-Blob the robot. It comes with two little minifigures. One is a dreamer, or person sleeping, and then of course Mateo. And then there is a small bed build, like a spider. It's like a spider bed. It's weird. So this should be interesting. It's 253 pieces. It was $20 when it came out. 237, sorry, 250. And there was a lot of questions about that, because I think it's less pieces than the other one. Sorry, yeah, it's less pieces than the other one. It does come with a few stickers, which I know there's controversy on them, but the stickers aren't too bad. It's actually, you have like, you can do your own kind of symbol graffiti, I think. Yeah, these are just like random stickers. These are armor. This is the graffiti. Actually, I think these are in particular things, but I don't know where they are. So we'll find out together. I'm not going to put on stickers, so I can just have it as a naked review, so to speak, so that everyone can kind of see what it looks like without stickers, and why they would have gone with stickers instead of prints. So of course we start with our bag one. I have a feeling this is going to take this is going to be pretty quick too, because it looks like it's a fairly simple build, just with more pieces than the Izzy as well. This actually might be, we'll see, this might break that 8 out of 10, that great score, streak. Who knows? But I am pretty selective. Oh, sorry. The big reason that I actually, the big reason why a lot of the sets I review end up being like good, really good for me and stuff, is because I'm pretty selective when it comes to purchasing. Like if Lego gave me a set, then that would be a different thing, because then it'd be a set that they just send over to review or something, or like a small store such as Bricks and Minifigures. Like, I would shout them out, obviously, if they provided that for me. But as far as I think the reason that I don't like score very low is because I'm selective with what I purchase. Now, if you give me something to review, that's going to be different because I didn't choose that, unless you were to ask me what set I wanted. But most of the time, I'm pretty selective when it comes to purchases. So I think that's one of the main factors, right? Is that they're all good sets because I don't want to waste money. So, but if you have an idea of like a set that you'd want me to review, that maybe you like, oh, you might like this, and I would like to know your opinion, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll buy it or something, and then we'll review it. We'll see. I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm not like, no, that sounds dumb. I do like, again, the artwork, the story artwork. This is really cool. Always fun. Sleeping bed. We'll have a sleeping bed right here. I love using this base because it has studs on it too. Like, it's always... This was a good idea. This setup, by the way. But anyway, look at that. There's even more. They really did do fun stuff. So we're building this. So instead of just showing like a picture of like what you're building, you also kind of get an art rendition, right? So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. This set is 7+, so it should be a not particularly hard build, but it should be interesting. Should be interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. And there's a thing like this. Alright. And then if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat and I'll answer them. Or comment if you're watching the video version of this. Because I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Oh, this is a very simple build. This is very simple. This is actually like pretty... It's simple, but it does the job, right? I think that's the fun thing about the Dreams line, is that the builds have been simple, but they do the job. Like, I know that this is kind of like a spider thing, but this is like what? So far, it's 8 pieces. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces so far, plus the painted eyeballs. So that's 10. And then each claw is another 2 pieces, so that's 2. That's 10 plus 8 is 10 plus 8. Hold on, sorry, I'm going to do math. 10 plus 8. Oh my god, what am I doing? It's so stupid. It's 10 plus 8, which would mean 18. Oh my god, why am I like being dumb? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then each of the claws have... Actually, I said 10, but it's not 10. But each of the claws have 2 pieces, so that's another 8 pieces. So 16, 17 pieces. It's a little tiny thing, and it's only 17 pieces, but it gets the job done. You're going to see this little thing is a spider. You know, you don't need anything complex, but you can make it more complex in a mock. You can do a mock of this, and definitely it leaves room for that too, which is really fun, right? Because you could like add additional legs, you can add another hinge pieces here or something to add to the length and articulation, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's not necessary. So that's always a great thing. There we go. I forgot Mateo's I forgot his I forgot his little utility belt. Completely forgot about that. So we're gonna put that on as well. And I think he gets a pencil weapon. But I think that's after this build. After this, yeah, because like you get like, it's part of the story, right? And the kid gets captured by a nightmare creature, which is right there. And then obviously the hero, which is Mateo, has to come in and save them. So that's probably what it is. That's probably what it's going to be. So that way, I mean, that's the fun thing about the Dreams builds, is that there's like a story as you're building them, so you can kind of be like, building the story, and stuff like that. Or you could even honestly, you could probably tell this story to your children, and as they're building. So that's also a fun thing. So, you know, fun stuff. If you're a adult, if you're an AFOL that has children, you know, it's always fun stuff. But okay, here we go. Here's the bed, and then there's the kind of, oh, okay, I get it now. There you go. And then it's like captured. So, oh no, spider thing has captured the child. And I'm going to just tilt this down a little bit. Hopefully you can see more of the stuff. Yeah, so Mateo, actually we got a little ahead of ourselves. Mateo's build is after the spider thing. Got a little bit too excited. There's also a unique hourglass piece that they've made, which is kind of cool. So that's a fun thing. The build isn't too bad. So far it's okay. We'll see as it gets going. Because actually, honestly, I think that this build could have been done better on the pencil. That's just me. I don't know what parts could have been used, but I feel like they could have made it better, because then it could have been wider, right? I think that's the issue that I have with it. But I think it's supposed to be like a pencil staff or spear. It doesn't look like that in the show. In the show, it's an actual pencil, but it looks like they actually just, for the build, they actually made it a little bit different. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so the build is pretty simple so far. I think we're going to be building this, and it does have an alternate build, but I think this is a little different. Sorry about that. I accidentally knocked my microphone and like it shut off. But it looks like the alternate build is going to be a little bit different than the Izzy's normal. I think how that one was that you build the normal, and then you have the alternate stuff you can build to go with the normal. But I could be wrong. But it looks like this is a little bit different in that it is not one particular build focused. We'll see, because I didn't see any change the page here. So, and this is the hourglass I was talking about, by the way. This is really cool. That's a really cool piece. I think it's a really cool piece. Give that to Mateo. Put it in his other hand. Yeah. Remember, this came out before. This came out before Izzy's Narwhal. Izzy's Narwhal was this year. This was like I said, this was one of the first sets of last year when this set started. It was this set, the Bunchy the Rabbit, the Gravekeeper, and then the Nightmare Horse, and then a couple of other things. It was a number of different things. This does not come with a brick separator. I would almost say this would have been a great idea to add a brick separator, because this is a new theme, and if you want to get kids into a new theme, give them the tools that they need. I know it's only a $20 set, but I feel like this was the introductory set. You could have added a brick separator. So I will be docking point for that reason. But I mean, it's overall, again, still not a bad build. Just kind of missed opportunities. for what it's supposed to be. So, yeah. Alright, so that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Alright, and then we have a little grey piece that goes up. First you get a 2x1. And then the grey piece that goes on top here. And then we have a green brick with hole. That goes with a dark grey piece here. Okay, one of these. So far it looks like nothing. For those wondering, it looks like nothing. It looks like something where I think Mateo sits in. Whether it's the car, I don't think it's a car, but whether it's it doesn't matter which build. I think either build you get this is where it starts off, but it doesn't look like anything right now. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so then this goes here, and then this goes here, and then you have tan pieces here and here, and then rounded off tiles here. And on the other side. For some reason, this is definitely not as entertaining. Maybe it's just because I'm not seeing anything yet. It's not as entertaining as the narwhal was. Not enough for me to dock points, really, but just like it's interesting. Like I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I'm not as engaged. I think also because there's not enough story things right now for the time being. Okay, so that goes like that. Interesting. I think this is the torso. I think this is a torso. Or will be the torso, I should say. Then you find a red piece, and then the other green piece. Alright, and then you get 2 headlight sets. So, yeah, because it looks like arm goes here, and then this is obviously a torso pod. So what we're going to see, we will see what it is. I was like, what the heck happened to the other piece? The other headlight was behind the instructions. But we're okay now. All right. Oh yeah, this is definitely the chest piece. You're going to see they put like a, because you're going to put like this piece here over it, and it kind of goes there, and you can tell it's being closed off because it's a torso. I can't remember what the alternate build for Z-Blob is. I can't remember what it is, but if I'm not sure, but I'm sure that I'll figure it out. And like I said, we're not going to do stickers. Only reason again that we're not doing stickers is because we want to do a naked review of what it looks like without the stickers, and then we can talk about why stickers would have been better than prints. Because I know a lot of folks are always like, stickers all the way, only stickers, what's wrong with you? It should always only be stickers, you blasphemous person. And I'm like, alright. Oh, I made that wrong, sorry. See, this is why I think a brick separator should have been included in this set. Because if this was like the first foray, you make these kind of mistakes. And I kind of have to find a brick separator. Now, normally I would say, oh, it doesn't matter because, you know, this is made for AFOLs, but it's made for 7-year-olds. And this is supposed to be like, it could be like a first Lego theme for them. So really, it should always, these things should always come with, brick separators. Anyway, that's really cool. So the way that they built the top, it allows for, oh my god. It allows for Z-Blob to turn their head. So that's really cool. There's actually posability in the head. It's a neck joint. Not really a neck joint, but no, that's still considered a neck joint. It's just a swivel joint, which is really, really cool. I think that's actually a neat concept. I didn't know that it could do that because I haven't built it, of course. But it's really cool. Okay, so what else we got here? We've got this, and then we've got, and I think we're building the arm. I don't know what we're doing here because there's not enough pieces for an arm. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong. And I think oh, this is interesting. I think it's only a portion of the arm, and then the other portion we will get in the other bags. So I'm wondering if they're doing if the alternate builds for these were like 3-in-1s, which with the 3-in-1s, of course, they're just like you reuse the pieces. You actually you redo the entire thing. So I think that's what might be happening here. There's no extra pieces, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a whole new build. I think it's a whole new build. I think, of course, I think it's only. I think mainly they started like that because they saw the 3-in-1 and how that worked, and so I think initially that's why they may have changed it into something where you saw it on Izzy's thing, where there's like a main thing, and then you can branch off from there. But of course, it could be a little bit different because it could have been that piece in particular was just not the same. So I don't know. I really don't. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, this is the bottom. This is the waist. So I don't know. We'll see as we get through. The build isn't too bad. I wish there was a little more animation, or not animation. But art. Again, this is also looking at it from a different angle. We're looking at it from the fact that we've already done a number 2 set, or a set of the second year, I should say, second year of Lego Dreams. So they did have opportunity to update all that stuff and address all this stuff. But I am going to be very cautious in my judgment in making this a review. Affect the review. It will still affect the review. There will probably be a little bit of a less points. It might actually be the first below 8, but we'll see. I want to, oh my gosh, camera's not cooperating. I want to make sure that we're giving its due diligence though. You know, because I hate to be like, oh, this is a 7 out of 10 because of things that they've already improved on in the next sets. But then again, they asked things that they have improved, so I also have to take that into account, that Lego themselves, the Lego Dreams team, already addressed that it is a problem. So we'll see. These are new pieces that came out that year for this set. I'm not sure why they needed that piece like that. I think it's because of that way it connect like a joint here. I don't know what the holes are for. If that's design choice, what to make it look like aesthetically, or not. And because instead of it being solid, it's like not solid. There's like vents on it. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. We'll see why it's like that in a short bit. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting that they had to make that new piece and how they decided to go about it. But this looks like a very simple arm build. Oh, you know what it is? I remember now. I remember why they have you build Z-Blob. It's because the alternate build of Z-Blob on this one isn't really like... You change some parts around. It's not like a completely different thing. Which I think that was also what the Bunchu, the Norba was like that too. But it was the basket. The basket changed, so I don't know. I think I'm just also forgetting that this is like a whole build in itself. So that's a thing. Oh, shoot. That's not right. Hold on. I will be doing mocks sometime in the near future, by the way. I just lost the piece. I wish they gave me an extra one of those. Hold on a second. That was a vital piece that I just lost. Oh well. I'm gonna guess that the other arm doesn't have it. Yeah, I literally don't know it went. It slipped down and then it like disappeared. Oh well. We're just gonna ignore that. Which sucks because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's... I'm missing that piece now. There's no extras. That sucks. I'm trying to figure out, like, the thing around this. Because it's needed for the other arm. Like, I need it. I need the thing. I don't even... that sucks. Anyway. So we're just gonna make this a one-legged thing. We're gonna make it a one-legged thing, it's fine. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is just a one-legged thing. Whatever. That's so stupid. I'm so annoyed by that. I can't believe that piece is like popped out of nowhere. Anyway. Where's my dog? I was like, I'll probably take that piece off somewhere else. Whatever. Whatever. That's not going to be review worthy. Like I'm not gonna dock the review because I lost a piece. Well, that sucks. So it really sucks. All right. Oh my gosh. That is so annoying. I mean, I don't know if you know how annoying that is, but that, like, it's a pivotal point. It's a pivotal piece, is what makes it annoying. Is that I can't build the rest of the thing until I find it. It's gonna be missing a leg. Half of a leg, rather. And that just sucks. I'll find it for the review, but the build is gonna be wonky. Because I don't wanna waste too much time. But know that is not part of the review. That's not gonna dock it points. It just sucks for right now, for the build. Because I'm like, shoot, I can't make it work. See, it's gonna be like wonky now. Right here, there's no leg. It's like one leg. So I'm just gonna have it like sit down, I guess. We're just gonna have the Blob sitting down. I suppose. It's a pretty decent build for a mech, by the way. I actually like how simple it is, but it gives it enough heft in the pieces. So that's a good thing. That's definitely a positive. But yeah, that's annoying. As they say, we're not going to cry too much about spilled Legos, as they say. And then this is going to be interesting. These are the arms. It wants me to build the arms. That's what I was like looking at it. I'm like, this is the arms. This has to be the arms because they added an extra joint here, and they do tell you to do this twice. So it looks like this is going to be the arms. So that's going to go here. Technically, that's supposed to go the other arm. It's supposed to be white on top and then black on the bottom. But I like the black accents, so we're gonna do that. All right. This isn't too bad. Even without the other leg. Even without the other leg, it's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. It's just weird looking, but that's fine. It's battle damaged. It's it's battle damaged. Z-blob. Yeah, that's what we're going with. We're going with that. And then you build the hands. I don't know. This is interesting. They don't tell you to build 2 different hands. They only tell you to build 1 at a time, which is interesting because I'm like, why wouldn't you build both of them? It's pretty easy to do, right? It's just you reverse the fingers. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm just gonna build it. I'm gonna build 2 at the ready, so that they're both there. Because like I said, I don't see why there's a problem doing it that way. I'm not sure exactly why they don't want you to do it that way, but we're gonna make both hands together. Both hands together. All right, and then there's a white piece down here. Okay, hold on. A white piece down here that goes like that. And then a cap on the bottom. So it goes like that. And then we're just gonna do the same thing. Because I'm like, I'm like, I really don't see why there's an issue with doing 2 at a time. Alright, and then you just put the cap on top. Not the cap, but the armor piece, I like to call it. And then the other armor piece. Oh, that's not the right stop. Shoot. And then you just reverse the fingers, right? You just do one side like this, and then the other side the other way. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I figured it out. It's because it's technically a different orientation. That's why they separated it. Even though it's the same thing, they don't want you to make the mistake of putting the wrong side on there. I was like, what the heck? Why is that? That's so weird. But now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Because again, this is for 7-year-olds. I just do a quick reminder. It is for 7-year-olds, so they do need to know that you have to put different orientations. As far as the build, it's actually a little tedious, but it's not the worst. So yeah, I'm not going to dock the construction in the review because of that. I just think it was interesting that I'm like, oh, it's 2 different sides, so they want to keep it separate. I think it actually helps it, honestly, to be perfectly fair. It helps it because a 7-year-old would want to make sure that they're different, because they'd probably be upset if they were like building this and they were like, oh no, my hands don't look the same, are not supposed to look the same. They're mirrored. This is weird. Actually, if they knew the word mirrored, I'd be like, well, your vocabulary is more than you put on. And then this is Z-blob. He has no padding on his feet, so this is the Z-blob so far. Just to remember that there's a leg thing here, but we just lost the piece. So, but it looks like that Z-blob is where the split happens. Okay. Yeah, so Z-blob, it's his weapon that you can change. You can either give him a big spray paint gun or a jetpack. We're gonna give him the spray paint gun because I think the jetpack's kind of, lack of better terms, a little lame. Yeah, I'm not a big jetpack fan. I just think it's just a lame, you know, I just always think it's like a lame thing. Alright, so first we get a white piece, and then we get a green piece. Put them together, like so. There we go. And we get another piece. Do the same thing. There we go. And then again, I'm not going to put the sticker on. Pretend it's there. Pretend it's there. Also, if I put the stickers on, it would just take too much time anyway, because like I wouldn't get it straight. I wouldn't get them straight, and then it'd be an issue, and then we'd be like doing that for like 10 minutes. Because I'm not super savvy on stickers. I think this is just a target. Yeah, this looks like this is just a target thing to shoot at, like target practice. So. Oh, and then we skip an entire page. Not an entire page, but we skip ahead. Skip ahead to the backpack. Okay. Interesting. And then that goes on to Z-blob's back, like so. That closes up. It's trying to fall. This closes up the gap right here, so that you have a bit of a better cover up. So that's kind of cool that they actually thought about that, instead of just like being like, oh well, you know, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need a cover up. 7-year-olds aren't going to really complain about it. So it's cool that they did it. They didn't have to, but they did it. Alright. And then there are stud shooters. Stud shooters are always fun. Oh, whoops. Wait, hold on. How do I put this in again? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there it is. I was like, how do I put this in again? Stud shooters, it's been a little while since I've had to assemble a stud shooter. This is going to be the kind of gun. And then they give me extra stud shooter triggers though. That's great. I feel like they should give us more ball joints. I'll talk about that in the review as well. But I feel like there should have been at least 2 extra ball joints for the legs, just in case you lose the pieces like I just did. So that's just me. That's my opinion of how that should be. Alright, and then... Oh, this is like extra guns. This is like War Machine mode. Got it. I was like, what the hell? What am I building? That's cool. Okay. And then this goes on here. Right? So it's like a gun. I mean, it is a gun. It's not like a gun, it is a gun. So that's cool. And then it's like posable too, right? It's like you can set it into the back. Or you could like, that's kind of annoying. or you can make it like go on below. So it's a little bit movable, not a whole ton, but I don't think that was a point. I think it was just because it was just that they wanted it to be angled that way. So that's probably where the design comes from. Oh, I just knocked off his head. And then the sword is pretty simple. The gun, sorry. It's not a sword, it's a gun. The gun looks like it's pretty simple too. So the build so far then, I would say, builds are actually good. It's entertaining enough. It could definitely use more art. Even if it was like a corner that was more art, it would be little more things to distract or get attention during the build. So it's not just kind of like just this build. And I know that they've done it, that it's kind of a little bit better with Izzy's rabbit thing. Sorry, not rabbit thing, but I think it's better from the narwhal. But yeah, there's just, you know, could have been better as far as like having the thing where where there's a little bit more art. But I also think I just complain about art and not having enough art in everything. So that just also could be a me thing. And then okay. So the guns are not too bad. The gun's not too bad actually. Okay. So far I'm gonna probably give this like a 7 out of 10. Just because like the changing thing isn't like crazy. I thought it would be for like $5 more. But it's not really crazy ridiculous, and I don't know, I just think that I don't know, there's like, I feel like they could have done more. And then like the extra pieces you get, they don't really, like, it doesn't make any sense. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, I think this is like a 7 out of 10. Still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But it's just not... I don't know, this is something that's like left to be desired. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it. There's something about it. But I'm just like, no, I don't really like... I don't know. And I also, maybe it's just because I want to have a 7 out of 10, I guess. No, that's not right. There's reasons. I can't express them right now. But I think it's the fact, like I said, there's no brick separator. There's no an extra piece for the ball piece, and then the build itself was kind of pretty basic, right? No, I still say it's like an 8 out of 10. I still think it's pretty decent. The build's pretty decent. Actually, I would say 7 out of 10. Now I know why I was saying 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 because for a 7-year-old, the instructions are kind of... I don't really want to do that. And then here's the Z-Bob with the gun. The gun's pretty neat. And that's the finished build. So yeah, I would say 7 out of 10. Just because of things like I said, like those missing... it would better if it came with a brick separator. Because there are a couple pieces that you can mess up. And then just more art on the instructions. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's still good. I think I like the Dreams series, but we'll talk about that another time. All right, let's get this set out of the way. I don't know what these... Oh, these were probably also, I guess, extra tank parts or something? I don't know what those were. That I just really didn't realize that I had no purpose for those. Huh. Anyway. The next build on the docket is Izzy and Banchu. Alrighty. We're doing the Izzy and Banchu the bunny build. Alright everyone, this is Omni, back to do a second build on the stream. I'm gonna assume this is going to take just as long, maybe longer because it's supposed to have more pieces, but we'll see. Also only 3 packs. And this is set number 7153. Izzy and Banchu the bunny with 259 pieces, and it retailed for $20 when it came out. So that's the thing. Just gotta get the build space all clear. Bag number 1. I do like the colors in this one. I think this is the one that people were saying is not as great as Z-Blob. I'm not sure. One of them got a lot of heat because they were like, this is not all as good as the other one. And I think it was this one, which is very interesting. All right. Great artwork in the front. That's always good. That's actually really, really funny. Alright, and then now we open up to the instructions. And page 1. Cool. Always have the splash page, which is always really cool. And then you have Izzy, which we've got Izzy from the normal set already. That's okay though. Oh. So we know how to build an Izzy, which is nice. She has the same faceplate. It's still the same, the super happy faceplate. And the neutral smile faceplate. It's face print. So nothing different from there. Her sword is the same, which is interesting now that I'm looking at this one. There's no gold. It's just a translucent blue. It's interesting that they chose that instead of it. And then this is like a gem. This is interesting. They could have added these. They could have added these details. Not something where I'm like docking points, but they made a different choice. They made an interesting choice on that. Alright, so we're gonna put you like right here with your bunny. She also came with a hourglass piece, which was fun. This hourglass is a different color, but I'm not thinking that I'm not gonna dock them because they didn't want to print another color. I'm not gonna be like, oh, they didn't print out that color for the hourglass. It's not a big deal. That one is okay, but I feel like the sword, like, it's only used by Izzy, so like I don't know why they didn't just print it the way they did, or maybe I don't know. I don't know why they molded it that way, because they could have added the color. And it's translucent blue. It's only translucent blue and like pink gems, and I'm just like, why didn't you do that? Weird. Again, we get the weird enemy body. That's weird. Again, that, like I said before, though, that is a problem I have with the dream sets as a whole. Not necessarily. It's not just a per set thing. So that will probably will be explained again when we get to it. But not a big deal. I do like that they made these arms clippable. As you can see, there's a little indentation on the arms. There's a little indentation, so that way you can clip things, so they can use tools. But it's weird. All right, and then we have that little guy about to capture Banshu, but Banshu turns into a giant rabbit. All right. No. Are you kidding me? Did I already lose? Please tell me I did not already lose a piece. What the heck? Oh, there it is. I was like, for a second there, I was like, I hope I didn't lose this piece. Again, it'd be like, it'd be like Z-Blob all over again. Oh, missing pieces all over the place. They did keep with the theme though. I like that they kept with a theme of like the blue and the pink, and stuff. So it's on brand, as they would say. Oh, I'm stupid. I was supposed to put two 1x1s, 2x1s. I will also dock this for not having a brick separator. Mainly again because it's not because like I need one. It's because I think that if this was supposed to be a child's introduction, they should be given the proper tools. Especially since it's not a Force Plus set or a Duplo. Like there's actually intricate stuff that the kid could accidentally get stuck, and then they'd be stuck with trying to figure out how to unpry it. And you can even if you want to, and I'll explain this in the review, but when you add a brick separator, you can also add how to use a brick separator page, and then they would know for the future, right? So then they would know how to do it, how to use one when they see one. So it's a learning opportunity. It's a learning opportunity. So, you know, it's just something to think about, but we'll see how this works. So far the build's pretty simple. It's maybe a little too simple. They do this all the time. We're using two cheese slopes, two 1x1 cheese slopes, when you could have done a 2x1 on both sides. They're both the same thing. So I don't know why they did that. That's interesting. It's a minor thing, but if I was being more nitpicky on things, that would also be included, and then it would, if I find another nitpicky, basically if I find another nitpicky thing, that will be explained in the review about the parts usages. But right now, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not too much of an issue. I'm just kind of like, that's weird. I don't know why they didn't do two. Why they didn't do just a 2x1 instead of two 1x1s. I'm sure it's an aesthetic thing, but it's just a weird aesthetic. I choose to do it that way. Okay, so that's supposed to be like that, and then. Interesting. Alright, so what's the other side here? And then this goes... Where does this go? What? Oh, does it go like that? Does it go like that? I think? Oh, here we go. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, what the hell? So this is the torso. clearly. This is going to be the torso. As far as... so far the build's like a little bit less exciting than the Z-Blob. I think it's just because like the torso is pretty basic or something. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not entertaining me as much as the Z-Blob one. Not necessarily a bad thing. It just is. It's just how it is. It's definitely not something around with docket points right now. Anyway, that's what I want to get at. And then again, they're using the corners. They could have done a semicircle. Okay, so now I'm going to nitpick about things in the review, but you'll hear me basically point out that there's a lot of these 1x1 things that they could have turned as 2x2s, because there's no reason for it to be 1x1. There's no actual real reason. It's just kind of dumb. It's a kind of a dumb choice. So that's my 2 cents on that one. And that will dock at some points. I think this will be a 6.5. No, I think it'll still be a 7. I'm just going to explain about certain things being dumb. What the hell? Oh, there it is. I will mention the part build, but not having as much fun. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm definitely not having as much fun as I had with the Z-Blob. It's kind of an issue. I mean, it's fine. I kind of want to get this over with. That's how I feel about the build with the instructions. So I think it is going to be a 6 out of 10. I love the Dream series though, so don't get me wrong. I'll explain why. Even though these 2 first sets are like not 8 out of 10s. Yeah, there's gonna be a particular thing I'm gonna talk about it, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I think it's also because I can't like see where it's going. Maybe that's another thing. Like with Z-Blob, you kind of be like, oh, this is an arm. And now I was like, I guess that's the torso. And I'm like, I guess we're building the waist? Question mark? I'll tell you what, it is teaching me how to... Oh, shoot. See? That's what I was talking about. Oh, no, I got it right. It is teaching me how to do certain techniques for a mech build. So that's nice. But, yeah, I don't... not, particularly... I can kind of see why people were like, oh, this is not as great as the Z-Blob one. The Z-Blob one is a little bit better, but it's not terrible. Actually, it has parts that I don't have to worry about missing, so that's nice. Alright. And then the same on the other side. Oh, that's not the piece I want. That's the piece I want. Oh, this is the head. See, I thought this was the... Anyway, whatever. I thought this was not that. I thought this was something else. Clearly I was incorrect in thinking this was the waist. I was like, oh, it's the head. Which I should have figured out because it's got the big joint right there to connect to the body. But yeah, it's whatever, that's fine. That's nice that they're printed pieces though. That's for the face. Just like Z-Blob. But Z-Blob obviously didn't have as much stuff. because Z-Blob was basic. Was a basic like cone piece, so there's not a lot of printing you need. It's just eyeballs. I'm still debating on like, is this a good set? I think it's a fine set. It's not a great set. So I think 6 out of 10 is fine. I'd probably rate it higher if they said a couple things. I think that I'm docking it because it's supposed to be for 7-year-olds. And I think that's the most important thing that I have to keep reminding myself when I'm like 6 out of 10 and I'm like, maybe not, but I'm like, maybe it is. Because for a 7-year-old, this is kind of like, this is kind of boring. I'm getting bored. And I'm not even a 7-year-old. Oh, and then... Okay, so... Then we get a purple thing, and then this is the ear, I guess. Yeah, this is the ear. Oh, okay. Okay, and then we have a thing like this. And then a thing like this. And then that goes all on the bottom. Like that. Oh, I'm supposed to make 2 of these. Shit. Oops. We'll fix that real quick here. All right. So, what the heck? Oh, there we go. I was like, what the heck? I was missing some stuff, and that's because I was not paying attention. Alright, and then the blue tile over here. Rounded piece there. Rounded piece there. Oh, rounded piece there. Oh, shoot. And then we build the little bottom. Oh, camera is falling down. That's not good. Alright. So then we get this piece. And then we get this piece down here. And then we connect it to the ear. And then we... It's a lot more articulated. I will give it that. It's a lot more articulated. Because they decided to use more ball joints than anything else, so that's kind of cool. I think it goes back up to 7 just because the articulation is probably going to be much better than Z-Blob. I feel like the Z-Blob was a little too constricted in the arms and the legs, but we could be wrong. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when we build this thing. We build this thing out. Oh shoot. we have Banchu here. Alright. So, one piece here, one piece here. Take that little thing. And it's red this time, not black. That's interesting. Oh, they did a thing better than the Z-Blob. Z-Blob had that ball joint. They just went, you know what, let's make it a ball joint Technic axle. I don't know why they didn't do it the other way. Anyway. Alright. So there's going to be something that I'm going to give it a point back for being a little more posable and having extra pieces a little more accessible than Z-Blob. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do that. Because that means a lot then there's a little bit easier. Because if you miss that piece, you have like all the other pieces, then you feel really bad. But with this one, it's just already there, so you're not. If you lose it, then you have to look for that piece. I don't know. I just feel like that these axle pins with balls are better than what you get in the Z-Blob stick thing. And I'll talk about it when we review Z-Blob versus Banchu as well. So don't you worry, we'll talk about it in more detail. Like, what the heck? Did I miss something? Oh, I did miss something. So this is... I almost missed that instruction because it was blocked. But we need to add something like this. And then that has the headlight brick under here. And then a blue tile on the headlight. And then that goes like this. I think this is going to be the arm. This might be the arm. Oh no, this will be the foot. This will be the foot. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. The build is still a little more boring. It's still a little more boring than Z-Blob, but it's not bad. It's not the worst, but I definitely am like, I could have done better. This is like, still boring. Still kind of bored. I think it might also be the tedious little 1x1s that Z-Blob didn't have that Banchu does. I think maybe that's also one of the annoying factors, right? I'm like, oh my god, can you like make this a little bit easier? So I think that's where I'm going to dock it, is that it's just boring because of the way it's built. There we go. Yeah, it has a lot more plausibility than good old Z-Blob. So that's definitely, I'm gonna have to take that into account. It's definitely got more articulation, but and because of that reason, potentially, is what might be also why the setup is like super annoying. What the hell is that? Where's the piece? Oh, it Okay, and then yeah, exactly like that. I already forgot how to build this thing. How to build the foot. Put it on the other side, and I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Alright, oh shoot. And then we need to put in another 2x1. Actually, is it two 2x1s? Is it two 2x1s? Yeah, it is two 2x1s. Wait, what the heck? You can't be serious. I'm missing a 2x1. Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright, I just grabbed 2x1 for my pieces. It's a dark blue one, and that's fine. But there we go. Well, fixed. It's all fixed. It's all good. It's all good. And then how does this go? Wait, what the heck? Oh, we're just gonna. Okay, I get it now. I'm dumb. There we go. That's what I need to do. Wait, what? Wait, what the heck's going on? Wait, oh, I was dumb. That's not necessary. That's why I'm looking at it wrong. Again, why a brick separator, it would be perfect for a child. Because these because if you need to separate a 2x2 from a 2x2, it's like really hard. It's like really hard to do it without a brick separator. So, but anyway. Again, as I said, I'll mention it in my review, but definitely not helpful. Definitely makes it a little more difficult. Okay. Yeah, I think it's mainly all these 1x1 pieces, I think, is getting on my nerves. I'm just kind of like, I don't really... You know, that's what, like it's little tedious things that you don't really like in a build that's in here, that's making the build process not as fun as ZBlob. I like that there's more articulation than ZBlob, but it's definitely at the cost of the build being super tedious. Because we're not even on the arms. I think, and or maybe it's just that I'm thinking it's taking longer than ZBlob. I don't know. It's just it feels like it's longer, like it's a longer process. But I think it's just because of like all the tedious things. Maybe that is exactly why. Because I'm just kind of like, cool. This is like annoying. Okay, and then we flip it. This is going to be the arm, the forearm, and the hand. Oh, I get it now. It's because they didn't want... Because Bunchu's hands are weird. So what they did is that they made this just a fist. right? And then that kind of, you can't really pose the hands like Z-blobs, which, whatever, who cares? The finger thing is like not a big deal, but it's a very interesting choice, for sure, for sure. And then this is also really cool. With the ball joints, you know, it's very easy to connect everything, and it's kind of actually much easier to not lose them. As I drop the entire construction. Okay. Sorry, it is just Bunchu's arm. He has pretty short arms now that I look at it. But the arms are very much more posable, surprisingly. So that's nice. So yeah, so far the build is better on Z-Blob, but the articulation is better on Bunchu. So trade-offs, right? Trade-offs. To make something a little more articulated, you have to have a little more build nuance. So I understand. I get it. Do I like it? No. Do I agree with it? Do I agree with it? In regards to that, yes, joints and all that needs to be pretty particular, and you need to make sure that everything works. So there's even these little tiny builds that are necessary for the build has to be that way. So I'm like, it's a compromise, right? That's kind of what we're getting at here, is that there is a compromise, and it does make the build boring, but it does give it better articulation in the end. So see, like, you can like rotate the hands. You can rotate the hands, and then you can like move the feet around. Like, it's just more plausible. And then of course the ears. The ears, which Z-Blob doesn't even have ears anyway, so yeah, it's very much more plausible than Z-Blob, but at the cost of the build having a little more detail than necessary. Oh, and then you have a thing for the tail. I almost forgot about that. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, and then the tail goes a little something like this. And we're probably gonna do the alternate build, unlike what we did for Mateo and Z-Blob, because I like wings versus I like the wings versus the roller skates. And then you get like just a basic tail, and then that's the basic tail. So that also articulated. More articulation. But we're gonna skip to page 66 as we knock over Izzy. Alright, page 66, and even tells you to remove the tail because you're going to give it stingers, right? You're going to give it stingers, and wings. So those are gonna be. So we're gonna basically we're turning Bunchu into a Bichu, and that's exciting. I like both alternate modes, to be fair. The skates are pretty cool, but I feel like that we can do better than skate. I feel like the wings and the stinger have more character. So that's another thing that the Z-Blob has going for it. Is that another thing that Bunchu has is that I think that I like the build of Bunchu better. I like both alternate builds, so that's kind of great. I'm thinking about putting the short form reviews on Instagram too. So I think that's also going to happen in case you don't want to watch it on YouTube or you don't want to watch the stream on Twitch or something. I'm going to do a little Instagram reels too. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So stay tuned for that. Right, so we've got that going. And then we have two little pieces here. And I think that my favorite thing about the alternate build here too is that it's not too overly complicated, but it adds a lot of more character, a lot more depth. Because even with the unlike Z-Blob, where Z-Blob has just a jetpack, the jet skates option that Bunchu has is actually comes with a gauntlet too. So it's got this additional cool additional things. They're not just like one thing. Right, and then you get the stinger, and then that becomes the new tail. You could expand this out too. Obviously, this could be bigger, made better. I'm sure that Mishima Productions, they make like upgraded versions of things, and I think that's something to look at too. So look up Mishima Productions. They're pretty cool, and I think that's something that should be watched. What the heck? Ah, there we go. I'm like, that's not. I skipped a page. And then hooky pieces, little hooks here. Another hook here. So we have the thing like this, right? And then this is where the wings go. So simple build, but it's very cool. So this is the jet. This is the attachment, and then the wings go on the attachment. Wait, do they not go like that? Or did it just? Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so it does just go in the back. See, again, I'm going to need to use a brick separator. Should have come with one, but I'm gonna stop complaining about that part. But it's a thought, food for thought, as they say, food for thought. Oh, this is so Izzy can stand on Bunchu's back. That's really cool. That's neat. That's a neat little thing. Cool. Okay, so then this goes right up here. So that's cool. Like the wings are also kind of, I wish there was a way to make these, obviously you could probably add a hinge joint and you can make the wings go up and down, but the wings are also posable. And then the bee stinger, this is a much better build as soon as you get it built than Z-Blob, I think. Better build, but worse building experience. So I think both of them actually will be 7 out of 10. I think they're both going to be 7 out of 10. And mainly, again, this is because some of the things that they already improved on, but there's some things that they still need to improve on. So 7 out of 10. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream. So we're going to end the recording. We're going to go to the end screen.